Pokemon has been releasing games for more than 25 years now, and throughout these games, we can notice some changes and upgrades, like how everything went from pixels to 3D starting X and Y, or how we got a new set of Pokemon in almost every game. Though what I find cool is that changes weren't only made to improve graphics or expand rosters, but to also make things more convenient for us, the players. And that's what we'll talk about today. So I'm Shrill, and these are what I believe to be the top 5 convenient upgrades in the Pokemon games. Let's dive in. Starting with a recent change, number 5, the entrances and exits of Pokemon Centers. Every time you entered or exited a Pokemon Center in one of the previous games, there would be a black loading screen for a few seconds before you could proceed. Although it's not as bothersome as the other inconveniences we'll cover in this list, I still found it a little annoying to have to wait for it throughout all the times that I went in and out of the center in my journey. This is why I like the Pokemon Centers in Scarlet and Violet. You could just go in and get out without any black loading screen at any time. With that being implemented, you can begin your next objective sooner. It's a good thing that healing your Pokemon takes a shorter time now. Number 4. Changed evolution methods. Some old evolution methods for certain Pokemon proved to be pretty annoying. Thankfully, it seemed that the Pokemon Company realized what it did to any poor trainer having to go by these methods in order to get their desired Pokemon, and changed them for the better. Here are a few examples. To evolve Eevee into Leafeon or Glaceon in the past, you need to find a Mouse Rock or the Ice Rock respectively and level it up there. Now all you need is a Leaf Stone or an Ice Stone. In the past, you could only evolve Rockruff into Lycanroc Midday form in Pokemon Sun or Ultra Sun, or Lycanroc Midnight form in Pokemon Moon or Ultra Moon. Also, those that special own type of Rockruff that could evolve into Dust form Lycanroc. But now you can just evolve them at the time of the day they're based on. Number 3. Repel usage. In the older games, using repels for a long time was a repetitive process that eventually got annoying. Every time one repel ran out, you had to go in your bag, find another repel, and select it to use. It probably doesn't sound that bad being done once or twice, but it got annoying when it had to be done a lot of times, like when exploring Big C routes, or the Victory Road. Ever since Black 2 and White 2, the game began to ask if you wanted another repel once one ran out. This made long-term repel usage convenient and less tedious. And though there was really no use for repels anymore after Gen 7, I'm glad this change was made for the remainder of its era. Number 2. Accessibility of the PC. The PC is always a great asset because it helps store your Pokemon outside of your party. Imagine if you can only catch 6 Pokemon. Anyways, I'm pretty sure we all have experienced times where we would need to switch Pokemon between our party and PC. It could have been to use an HM Slave, to trade, or just to change your team in general. Though the only way to do this was to find a Pokemon Center and access the PC through there. And keep in mind the waiting for entering and leaving Pokemon Centers we discussed earlier. This process has become somewhat tiresome, but thankfully there have been quicker ways to transfer Pokemon in most games since the Let's Go games. In Let's Go and Sword and Shield, players have always had access to the Pokemon Box Link, which allows for you to directly switch your Pokemon between the boxes in your party. In Scarlet and Violet, the option is literally right there in your menu. And number 1, elimination of HMs. When journeying through a Pokemon region, you're bound to meet natural obstacles. Trees, rocks, the sea itself, boulders, etc. We used to pass these obstacles by using hidden moves, aka moves that you're forced to make your Pokemon learn which they cannot forget until they meet some move deleter that's usually available in the late game, so until then you have to sacrifice your moveset on your team or bring an HM Slave with you an uncomfortable amount of times. Yeah. Thankfully, certain Pokemon or functions have been able to perform these purposes for you so that you can build your team's moveset without any restrictions since Gen 7. In the Alola games, we got Poke Rides. In Let's Go, we got Secret Techniques. In Sword and Shield, we got the Flying Taxi and the Rotom Bike. In Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the Hidden Moves app was added to the Pokédex. In Legends Arceus, we got Ride Pokemon. And in Scarlet and Violet, we got the Flying Taxi again, and Koraidon and Miraidon's upgrades. I guess I just found the idea of having to reserve a slot in a Pokemon's moveset for an HM upsetting. And the fact that we can fully form movesets on our own throughout the game earned this change the number 1 spot on this list. Before I end the video, I just want to say that I really like the old games and they had so many good things to offer outside of these inconveniences. But those were what I believe to be the top 5 convenient changes in the Pokemon games. Which ones are you the most grateful for? Are there any other ones worth noting? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to tackle that like button and subscribe for more content. Best wishes for the New Year's, guys, and until next time, see ya.